The story starts off with a child pretending to be a wizard, while his friend pretends to be a monster. The child raises his stick and hits the girl on her head. The girl screams and asks him how could he hit her for real. The boy replies that monsters are supposed to lose to wizards. The children start to argue and then an old man appears from behind. He calls the children energetic, and the children address him as Grandpa Rebus. The boy asks Grandpa Rebus how he could become a wizard. The old man explains that one can't become a wizard just because they want to. He explains that wizards are at the top of humanity, and rule over humans from the top. Wizards are knights and nobles who have inherited mysterious powers. So unfortunately the children can't become wizards. The man accompanying Rebus asks him how could he say something like that to the children. Then the man asks Rebus if it is true. Rebus asks what is true. The man says that he heard that a monster has appeared. Rebus pauses and then confirms that it's true. The old man describes the monster as a leopard covered in a pitch-black shadow, being as big as a house. But the old man tells the people not to worry, because the chief of the village went to the city to request for a wizard. The people are relieved after hearing this. The mother tells her daughter to not go into the forest because of the beast. The old man, Rebus, tells the people to be careful too, because without a wizard, killing a monster is nearly impossible. A man asks Rebus if all the people of the village know about the monster, to which he replies with an of course. The man asks if even the shepherd on the hill knows about it. The shepherd's name is Turan. Turan lies in an open field with many sheep. The shepherd thinks to himself that he is very bored, seeing the same scenery every day, repeating the same day over and over. He says that if this continues, he's going to forget how to talk. Suddenly, someone calls him a pathetic brat. The person is revealed to be old man Rebus. He scolds the boy for slacking off in the middle of the day, to which the shepherd replies by telling the old man to move, as he is blocking the sun. The old man says that Turan has no manners. The old man asks if Turan is still angry because of that incident. Turan asks which incident, and then replies to himself, asking if he means that incident in which when his mother died, and the old man secretly tried to convert the sheep into shared property. The old man starts sweating and coughs. Turan then tells Rebus that he is not generous enough to share his mother's inheritance, and that the old man is not close enough to him to ask his well-being. Turan tells Rebus to tell him what he came to say and get lost. The old man instantly loses his temper and starts yelling at Turan. Turan glares at the old man with his fierce white eyes, and asks him what he said. The old man gets scared and tells Turan that a monster has appeared, telling him that the monster is a leopard as big as a house. He tells him that a villager found it near the village entrance. Turan pets a sheep, and says that it's a serious problem. The old man says that Turan is not scared, even though he is the most likely target there. The old man then tells Turan to be careful, and repeats that the village chief has went to the city to request a wizard. Rebus tells Turan that he came because he was worried about him. Turan calls the old man out and tells him that he is not very honest. He then says that the old man came because he was worried about the sheep, not him. The old man, getting angry again, shouts at him. Turan just says the old man to get lost, because his breath stinks so bad that his nose is going to rot. The old man walks away furiously. Turan wonders about monsters. He calls them beasts with mysterious powers and magic. He compares monsters to wizards. Then he wanders around and thinks if a wizard will come to a crappy village because of a monster. Turan is excited about finally seeing a wizard in person. The sheep follow him as he thinks that only a low-class wizard would come on the request of a rural village chief. But still Turan wishes to see one and smiles, wondering how strong a wizard is. Turan then smells something, and gets serious, revealing that it's the smell of blood. The scene shifts to the evening. The sun is setting down. We see Turan's foot walking into the jungle. He follows the smell of blood, and then looks down. We see Rebus' corpse, torn apart and bloody. Turan calls Rebus an idiot, and then thinks that this isn't the wound that a wild animal could make. He comes to the conclusion that this is the work of a monster. Suddenly, the ground shakes, and Turan gets surprised. A giant monster, with yellow light flowing out from his eyes, is revealed. Turan nonchalantly stands in front of the monster, absolutely, or a farming. The scene cuts to a child wondering about the strength of a monster. He asks his father if a monster is so strong that even adults can't beat it. His father replies that a monster is so strong that, if ordinary adults like him fight it, even his bones won't be found. The child then asks if the monster is so strong, what will happen to their village now? The dad asks his son not to worry, because the chief will bring a wizard, who will kill the monster. The child asks if the wizard won't lose. His father assures him that they won't lose. Wizards are great beings born with the power of magic, and they will kill the monster with a single strike. We return to the monster. It roars loudly, but its roars don't have an effect on Turan. Turan just says one word: die. And the monster is launched back with a great speed. It closes its eyes. Turan can be seen giving off a powerful red aura. Turan wonders if his attack didn't work. The monster lunges at Turan. Turan again yells one word: stop. The monster is again thrown back, but it's unaffected. Turan says that he knew killing the monster wouldn't work, but he can't even stop it. The monster claws at Turan and destroys the ground where Turan was standing. It growls fiercely, while Turan dodges the attack. Turan then pulls out a stone and slingshot from his pocket, and says that he will now do what a shepherd does. The monster runs toward Turan. Turan says harden while holding the rock in his hand, then picks it up in his slingshot. His eyes glow with a yellow energy. He swings the slingshot, shouting, become faster, then says pierce, and releases the slingshot with such immense force that the rock breaks the round barrier. The rock with a great speed hits the head of the monster, and it shouts. The monster jumps upward and opens its mouth towards Turan. With the rock in the air, Turan then reveals that he is aiming for the monster's head. With a loud boom, the rock falls and hits the monster's head. Blood flows out from his head. The monster is shown to be dead, blood flowing from its head. Turan says that it was his first time using this on a real monster. He wonders if he should toss the monster into a valley. Turan then menacingly says that these village bastards do give him a tough time. Turan reveals that he is a wizard. He realized that he had magical powers 8 years ago, when he was 10. Kid Turan happily tells his mom to look at the flying logs. His mom throws her stick in horror. Turan tells his mother that he can even make fire and wind. His mom shouts at him to stop it. Turan remembers this day as the first and last time his mother got mad at him. Turan gets scared. His mother tells him to talk with her. She asks if Turan wants to live a long life, to which he replies with a yes. His mom tells him to promise something then. She tells him not to use this power from now on, and to never ever use it in front of other people. Turan wonders why, and his mom makes him remember the story about the noble and the knight. He says that he remembers, and recalls that people who wield special powers are called wizards, but nobles and knights are very different. Nobles are descendants of the divine people, the Freyans, who descended to save humans, while knights are descendants of those nobles whose blood has been mixed with humans. His mom then tells him that this is why there's a difference even within wizards, knights and nobles. She then tells him the reason for why he should not use his powers. She reveals that he has inherited his powers from his father, who was a knight. Outside the town, there are many evil nobles who treat nobles like their slaves. So she tells him to promise that he won't let anybody know that he is a wizard. 8 years have passed since this incident, and Turan has continued to uphold his promise. The promise will not be broken. Turan has no desire to reveal himself as a wizard or to even get off the mountain. The scene shifts to a man banging on Turan's gate, calling out his name. Several men are looking menacingly at Turan when he opened the gate. Turan yawns and asks them what happened. The men think that Turan has killed Rabus. They grab Turan's collar and call him shameless. They frame him for hurting the old man and then throwing him to be eaten by the monster. Turan, after a brief pause, says that he understands why they want to frame him. He says that they want to frame him because the oldest man in the village died alone, instead of the young men who were too scared to fight the monster. He mocks them that this was the easiest way to shift blame from themselves to him. The man raises his fist in anger and hits Turan, but Turan dodges the blow. Turan headbutts the man on the nose, making him bleed. Turan thinks that magic is convenient, because if he strongly wishes for something, it happens at the cost of mana. Several men charge at Turan, but he just whispers, "Fall over," and a man falls over. Turan dodges and says that he doesn't need to do anything fancy, just enough that it's not obvious, and people don't die. He holds the wrist of the man, and flicks the stick onto his head. He uses the man as the shield and charges for a punch. 3 men swing with a stick towards him. Turan beats all of them with less effort. And just like this, Turan has hidden the fact of him being a wizard from the rest of the villagers. Turan mocks the fallen men, saying that they should have used that strength for the old man's funeral. He then asks the women if they want to fight too. They surrender, and state that they came here to see him. He stays quiet, and tells them to just take the idiots with them. Back in his cabin, Turan thinks that this incident is going to cause chaos in the town, when he goes for trading there. The villagers are going to use this as an excuse to rip him off. He just shrugs it off, saying that he can just beat the villagers until they give a fair deal. Just as he's thinking, his door gets knocked again. Turan thinks that the villagers are insane, and opens the door irritatingly, shouting, "Get lost." But he freezes when he sees a tall man wearing black clothes. Turan asks the man for his identity. The man excuses himself, and says that he thought he could get help as he is traveling. Turan wonders if the man is a traveler. Turan apologizes and states that a few uninvited guests came earlier, so that's why he was angry. Turan wonders if the manners his mother taught him were proper enough. He reveals that he has never talked to anyone nicely in the town, so this feels a bit awkward. He analyzes the traveler and sees his sword, and asks the man if he's looking for an inn, but then tells him to come in. After a while, the man can be seen eating, as Turan says that he's not well off, so he doesn't have much food. But the traveler replies that this is a feast. He then asks Turan if he's really never met anyone outside the town, to which Turan agrees. Turan mentions that he was born and raised on this mountain, so he has lived as a shepherd all this time. Also, it's rare for the small town to get tourists. The man sees Turan drinking and says that, for someone who grew up as a shepherd, he has very nice manners, stating that his parents must have taught him well. Turan states that he learned his manners from his mother, but she passed away a few years ago, due to an illness. The man prays for Turan's mother's soul, and says that she must be in heaven, because she raised a proud son like him. The man thanks Turan once again. Turan says that he just lives the way his mother taught him. He asks what brings the man to this village. The man reveals that he was asked a favor, to take care of a monster puma, revealing that he is a wizard. Turan confirms if he is the wizard the chief asked for. The man says yes. He then asks Turan a question. He mentions that he senses a monster in this area, but doesn't see one, stating that Turan is calm even after knowing about the village chief and the monster. Asking if Turan isn't scared because if the monster went on hunting, he would surely be the first prey. Also mentioning that Turan is awfully brave for a shepherd who's never left the town. The man at the end asks about Turan's real identity. We then get a flashback. The kid Turan asks his mother, why can't anyone know about him being a wizard? The mother replies that it's because of the bad nobles. His mother says Turan to imagine if nobles were shepherds like them, then knights would be like the dogs they kept. They might treat them with love, like a family, but will sell or sacrifice you, if necessary. Turan's mother then says to Turan to not let anyone know that he is a wizard, especially other wizards, because if they find out, they will separate Turan from his mother and turn him into a disposable dog. Turan glares at the man, revealing that his mother told him to even kill people, to avoid being found a wizard.